All right, folks, now housing is just an example of how this economy is booming under President Trump. Inflation remains low, wages are on the rise, unemployment, of course, at record lows, and this stock market just keeps hitting new highs. Trump economic advisor Steve Moore, he just got out of a meeting with cabinet members, and we're lucky he gets to join us right now from the White House. All right, give it to us, Steve. What's coming next?
Hi, Charles. Well, I got to say that, the mood over here is pretty exuberant when this news just keeps flowing in day after day about the really spectacular performance of this economy, probably about as good as any time in your and my lifetime. And in addition to those wonderful numbers on housing, yesterday or the day before, we got the, another decline in the number of people signing up for unemployment insurance. By the way, I was looking today at the numbers on what's happening with the price of corn and wheat and cotton, those agriculture products that have really been so depressed over the last couple of years, and they're starting to rise again, Charles. And why do you think that's happening? Obviously because of this trade deal where China is going to buy more of it. So, very, very positive, kind of attitude here about the direction of the economy and the stock market.
Steve, coming into the year, my own back of the envelope math I had us at 3% GDP. The only wild card is Boeing, and we just have bad news on Boeing. More bad news for the company. Stock is at session lows, which is why the market's pulling back a little bit. I know there's no way that the administration can factor that sort of thing in, but is it possible to get to 3% GDP or even better this year?
It's funny you should say that, because that's something I wanted to mention to you. I've taken some flack and some others for saying, we could get to 3% growth under Trump. And, we did, temporarily in 2018. 2019 is going to probably be closer to about 2.5%. But, yeah, I do think, given these two trade deals, what a week, by the way, for the president. Two amazing trade deals in 2 or 3 days. Look, I think that takes the one big dark cloud away from the economy. And the thing that almost every investor and every CEO was worried about was an escalation of the trade war with China. And removing that risk, I think, means you're going to see an improvement in capital spending. You're going to see an improvement in American agriculture. You're going to see an improvement in manufacturing. So, yeah, you can put me on the record. I do think we can get close to 3% growth in 2020, which, by the way, when you consider that the rest of the world is at 1.5% growth, that's a really good result if we can get there.
Before I let you go, because I like talking to you about the risk, and one of your pet peeves has been debt, right? So we see where the Fed has lowered rates a lot. That's obviously had a positive impact. Now there's news that the Treasury may be trying to reduce our deficit by introducing a 20-year bond. Would that make things better, or what? What would that do?
Well, I had a piece in the Wall Street Journal about 3 or 4 months ago saying they should introduce a 50-year bond. So anything that goes longer on the bonds, Charles, in my opinion, saves the federal government, potentially hundreds of billions of dollars off our debt over the next 20 years and maybe trillions. We can lock in. I love this idea of locking in these 2% interest rates now, Charles, for the next 20 years or 30 years or 40 years or 50 years, because that takes the risk of a big interest rate shock away from the federal government, and it lowers interest payments over time. So I don't know, don't you think that's a positive thing to do, to go longer on the debt?
Oh, absolutely. I just wonder, would it embolden government, though, either Republican or Democrat, so they keep spending now?
Well, they've always got that impulse to do it. But anything that brings down our $23 trillion debt, I think we should all be in favor of. And, but cutting spending, that is the one thing that I think, that neither party has had much interest in the last couple of years.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, though? It's been amazing. Steve, you were a great part of this. Many people don't give you credit, but you were one of the architects early on, and it's all working out like you said it would.
Well, Charles, what I said to I saw the president about a month ago, and I told him, I said, Mr. President, this, the program that we helped put together, Larry Kudlow was the big architect of it. It's working better than we thought it would.
Yeah.
We actually had under expectations of how it's actually turned out.
And you told him keep the tariffs going. No, you didn't. Steve, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Charles. Bye.